Well, the problem of person I is going to be to maximize over tau greater or equal than 0 the utility that it gets at that tax. But from the equation star in the previous video that I highlighted, we know that this is going to be equivalent to maximizing over tau greater or equal than 0, 1/2 of w squared, which of course we know is gamma squared. Sorry, I keep forgetting that. Gamma squared 1 minus tau times theta I plus tau 2 theta mean minus theta I. And remember, as in any maximization problem, we can drop the constants and just look at that. Also, remember from the shape of the Laffer curve that this is going to be a concave problem. So we only need to look at the first order conditions. If you plot, in other words, if this is not obvious to you, just plot something, an objective function that looks like this as a function of tau between tau 0 and 1, and you're going to get that it has this shape. So you can just take the first order conditions and it will give you the best tax. So the first order conditions are going to be given by 1 minus tau 2 theta bar minus thi equals to theta I plus tau 2 theta bar minus theta I. And if you solve for that, you get that the optimal theta for person I, its favorite has this ratio. Okay. Notice the properties of this. This is going to always be a number for people. Actually, let me plot it for you. It's going to be easier to see. So if this is theta I and this is the mean theta, when theta I is equal 0, the tax is at 1/2. I'm going to plot that in red. And then it decreases to 0, and then it stays at 0 for any theta greater theta I. In other words, people who have a tax greater than theta mean would like a subsidy, but that's not allowed in the problem. That's why we stay at the boundary. That is how the policy changes. Now, one thing that as a function, the optimal policy change is a function of theta I. One thing that is interesting about this is the following. If you have an income distribution, so a right skewed income distribution, basically something that looks like this, that the tails on the right are big, are heavy, it's biased towards the right, you're going to have that theta bar, the theta mean is going to be greater than median theta. So the median person, the person right at the 50th percentile of the income distribution is going to be here, and that person is going to want a positive tax. I wanted to highlight this to give you a link or a preview of what you may learn in future economic courses that cover something called political economy, which is trying to understand how different political systems select different policies. And one very robust result is that when you have policy choices by the electorate in democracies with this unidimensional policy, like let's say a tax rate, the policy that tends to be enacted across many institutions is the policy favored by the median person. That's intuitive. There are some important details, but intuitively that's a very robust result. So what I wanted to show you here is that in these kinds of tax problems, the median person, when you have a right skewed income distribution, favors positive redistribution. And that may give you an insight when you study more economics, together what you have learned in this course, for why such policies are so common in the world.